Greeting to all of us. My name is MANASSEH and I welcome you to yet another segment of 3 Minutes of Sense. And in this segment, we'll tackle a topic by the name a good God paradox. And maybe you're there, you're asking yourself, what is a paradox? Maybe to share with you what I found out a paradox to be from the Oxford Dictionary is a paradox is a statement containing two opposite ideas that make it seem impossible or unlikely, although it is probably true. Well, what do I intend to talk about in this particular segment? One, we know God to be good, and our definition of good is everything wholesome that makes us feel happy, brings welfare into our lives. But when we look closely into our lives, even into the Bible, we find examples of this good God where we have unlikely situation or where we have events which may render us to question the goodness of this God. But in all this, we want to look at the wholesomeness of God. I welcome you to the Bible, first chapter of the book of Job. We see Job is the Satan going before God, and he makes this request unto 10th Job. Mccu, Job doesn't know of what's happening, and we are told Job is a righteous person who was so perfect that he could even sacrifice when his kids had maybe a bash lest they sinned. We see Job in his life, there's a series of events that happen and he doesn't know what's happening. Even his wife goes forward and tells him to curse this God so that he can escape the pain. The story of Joseph as well is a boy who grows up in the family and is a victim of circumstances whereby his father loves him, and this leads to jealousy against his brother, where they sold him to Egypt. And doesn't stop there. In Egypt, Potiphar's wife has an admiration towards him, and in the end it ends up him being sent into prison. We see a series of unlikely events that happen, and still being a good God, you'll go on fast forward when the children of Israelites and the Egyptians, you tend to ask, why were Egyptians suffering? The Egyptian slaves